Welcome back to another episode of Blockbuster Underground, coming to you from somewhere in Ontario. I'm Dave, and we got a lot to talk about today, actually. Comic-Con happened this weekend, if you were living under a rock and didn't know that. Big to-do in San Diego. First time live since 2019, which is nuts. Lots of stuff announced. It was insane. Bunch of new trailers dropped. New trailer for Wakanda Forever dropped. People are fucking freaking out over it. What else did they show? John Wick 4 trailer coming out March 2023. Fuck. Come on. Looks really good though. That last scene where he's just beating the guy with the back of the head with the nunchucks. Oh my god. Anyhow, lots of stuff announced. We're going to be going over the entire Marvel lineup of what they announced and what I think might also be coming up at some point. First off, quick little segment I don't like doing on this show because it's depressing, but the Rest in Peace segment. We recently just lost David Warner, who fans of Tron and Star Trek especially will know exactly who that is the second I say the name. Paul Sorvino also passed away, and just today Tony Dow from Leave It to Beaver, who played Wally, the older brother, passed away today. Oof. It's a bad year, I'm telling you, it's a bad year. Anyhow, on to something a little bit more exciting. First off, we're going to do new release Tuesdays. I ventured out into the wild today and picked myself up a copy of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness on Blu-ray. Yes, I still buy physical media. I'm a sucker for it. What can I say? 1,979 films back there. Yeah. Anyhow, what to do when there's nothing streaming on Netflix? Bingo. Anyhow, so we're going to go over what Marvel stuff got announced. So the last two projects we've got coming this year that have already been announced and everything else. August 17th, which is in a few weeks, is She-Hulk. Going to be dropping on Disney+. 9 episodes. There's a couple of trailers out. They dropped one for Comic-Con as well. Daredevil's showing up in it. To what capacity, I don't know. Probably not very much, but they teased the new suit. So that's something I'm stoked for. Anyhow, I love that Daredevil show on Netflix. My God. I am still looking to find somewhere to buy it on Blu-ray, even though it's streaming on Disney Plus right now. It's that good. So, yeah. Next, we've got November 11th is Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which is going to be huge. The new trailer dropped. Really great cover by a Nigerian singer named Tems, T-E-M-S. She does a cover in Bob Marley's No Woman, No Cry. Fucking beautiful. Trailer looks great. We're getting Namor coming into the MCU. They tease him a little bit. You see a couple of quick shots of him. Tenoch Huerta from Narcos is playing him. But I watched the panel too. The panel was really good. You can tell the cast, like even the new guys, like Huerta and them, were just like floored to be involved in this and just so proud of all the work they've done. So I really hope we don't get a bunch of bullshit coming up with people trashing them on Facebook and on social media when this movie comes out, because goddamn. So that's going to be basically Panther 2 is the end of Phase 4. So Phase 5, they're saying it's going to kick off next February 17th, 2023 with Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, which will be Kang coming back into it finally. The one weird thing, just on a side note, sidebar, Feige's saying that all of the post-credit scenes and everything so far for the last few movies have been leading up to the multiverse saga. But we haven't seen Kang since Loki. And we're not going to see that version of him anymore. It's going to be... I can't wait. Jonathan Majors, that last scene in the final episode of Loki, he just fucking... You could tell he was having fun and just eating up every ounce of scenery he could get his fucking teeth on. Seeing that as an absolute flip of the coin, completely psychotic, evil version of that. Ooh, can't wait. So anyway, Spring 2023, we don't have a set date for it yet. It's going to be Secret Invasion on Disney+. Oh, by the way, I'm not going to go over the animated stuff they announced, like the X-Men and Freshman Year and stuff like that. What If. We're definitely getting a second season of What If. And a third, I heard. But this is just any of the live action stuff that I'm covering here. So Secret Invasion is going to be sometime spring 2023, which is going to be basically the Skrull invasion, which should be fun. It's going to be basically going to be like a Where's Waldo? Is he a Skrull? Is he a Skrull? Is he a Skrull? Looks fun. Sam Jackson's coming back. Ben Mendelsohn's coming back. So that's probably going to be March, April time frame for that. Think it's 9 episodes. I'm not sure. They're kind of going all over the place. And we'll get to it. So Guardians 3 comes out May 5th, 2023. And that's going to be the last one that James Gunn's doing. They showed some footage at Comic-Con. Apparently, we're going to get a baby Rocket. Or a Rocket origin story. I've heard that's the case for a while. I heard rumors of Mark Hamill playing Rocket's creator. But who knows? Him and James Gunn are neighbors, so anything happens. So that's May 5th. Summer 2023, we're getting the Echo series, which is a spin-off with Alaqua Cox from Hawkeye. Daredevil's going to be in it. Kingpin's going to be in it. Basically, I heard it's going to be Kingpin running for mayor of New York. So that should be good. Summer 2023 as well is going to be season 2 of Loki. We don't know when. Probably August. Who knows? July 28th, 2023 is the Marvels. So that's going to be Carol teamed up with Kamala with Monica. So that should be fun. Marvels. Fall 2023, we're getting the Ironheart show on Disney. And she's going to be introed in Black Panther, Riri Williams. See her in the trailer. She's the one wearing the orange suit when Shuri goes into the lab and they kind of fist bump. That's Riri. Anyway, she's getting her own show. Spin-off. We'll get to that. November 3rd, 2023. This one I can't wait for. Blade with Mahershala Ali. Oh my god. I am so excited for this one, guys. Like, the first 2 Blade movies that Snipes did were still... Like, I watched the second one recently. It still holds up. Like, those were solid films. Third one was kind of weird. Especially at the end when Dominic Purcell was playing Dracula and he turned into that big, huge, like, CGI Ray Harryhausen thing. I was like, oh, God. Hadn't seen CGI that bad since The Scorpion King. Anyhow, Blade, yeah, November 3rd, 2023. Oh, it would have been so nice to get a Halloween launch for that. But, what can you do? Winter 2023, Agatha, Coven of Chaos. Coven, whatever. My wife gives me shit about how I pronounce it. Spin-off show, Disney+. Whether we'll see Wanda show up in that. Probably. Chaos Magic. Hello. Kind of have. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, that's winter 2023. Spring 2024, we're getting Daredevil Born Again on Disney+. Whole new reimagining. I'm not sure if they're going to go according to the Born Again books. Because if they do that, then wow, all bets are off, because that was a dark series. But Charlie Cox coming back, D'Onofrio coming back as Kingpin. 18 episodes. 18. Holy shit. Like, that's almost like full season network run. But can't wait. Like I said, Netflix shows blew me away. They were amazing. I was so upset when they canceled it. Especially that final episode when it was Kingpin fighting Daredevil fighting Bullseye. Oh my god. So anyway, that's coming back spring 2024. May 3rd, 2024, we got Captain America New World Order with Sam Mackie as Cap. So that should be good. July 26th, 2024. End of Phase 5, we're getting the Thunderbolts. And there's going to be some speculation on that as to who's going to be involved in the team. For those that don't know, Thunderbolts is basically Marvel's version of the Suicide Squad. So a bunch of cast-offs. I can guarantee you Zemo is going to be involved. Probably Abomination. U.S. Agent. He has to come. It's basically anybody that Julia Louis-Dreyfus' character has been like rounding up. Yelena. been rounding up throughout the proceedings through the Marvel shows. That's going to be the Thunderbolts. Regrettably, at one point, General Ross was supposed to be Red Hulk in the books as one of the members of the Thunderbolts, but then we recently lost William Hurt, so there's no way he can reprise the role, or if they go Abomination instead of Red Hulk, so if they've got a substitute with the size and everything else. Hawkeye in the books at one point led the team too, so there's a lot of ways they could go with this, but should be interesting either which way. A lot of these movies, it feels like it's just Kevin Feige watching a DC film going, okay, hold my beer. Like, so that's going to be the end of Phase 5. Phase 6 is kind of spotty right now. Phase 6 starts November 8th, 2024 with the Fantastic Four, which is going to be a real boost because people have been waiting for that. Phase 6 also has 2 other movies dated, and it's May 2nd, 2025. We're getting Avengers, the Kang Dynasty. And then November 7th, 2025, we're getting Avengers Secret Wars. There's 8 slots that are left open for that segment that they purposely left blank. I'm guessing D23, they're going to announce the rest. If I had to guess, this is total fucking, I have no idea. I don't work for Marvel or Disney or any of that stuff. I don't get paid to fucking announce or advertise their shit. But if they went with 4 movies, 4 shows, let's break it down that way. So 4 Disney Plus properties and 4 movies. Movie-wise, I can't see how Deadpool 3 is not in there somewhere. Another one they could put in there would be Shang-Chi 2. I would be very surprised if that's not one of them. Spider-Man 4, these other 2 are kind of iffy though. Spider-Man 4, because it's a Sony Marvel kind of co-signed gig, whether that's going to be one of the ones they're going to slot in here, I don't know. They kind of shoehorned in No Way Home at the end when they were putting together the final Phase 3 stuff. Because there was a lot of stuff they hadn't announced, and it's from Phase 4 too, that they hadn't announced right off the bat, like Moon Knight wasn't originally in there. So the other thing they could do, if they're leading up to a Secret Wars in November, is get the X-Men out there. Get the X-Men into Phase 6 somewhere and drop them at some point. I mean, maybe the Kang Dynasty movie bleeds off and creates the X-Men. Because we've already got the Kamala in Miss Marvel. She's our first mutant in the MCU now. So they could definitely bring the X-Men in at some point following the multiverse war with Kang, and then have them for Secret Wars. Because Secret Wars is basically everybody in the freaking Marvel universe fighting. Like, think Civil War times 10. And I wish we could, total side note, I wish we could have got a comic accurate Civil War and not the kind of hodgepodge we got. Because anyone who's read the books knows that Civil War the movie, no, that's not quite how it happened. One of my favorite bits from Civil War the books that made me love Daredevil even more is when Stark has him caught and they're bringing him to the island. And he's walking in and they scan him and they're like, he's still got something on him. And Daredevil opens his mouth and he's got a piece of silver in there and he hands it to Stark and he goes, here's your last piece of silver, Judas. And just walks into the prison. Fucking brilliant. But yeah, that would have been a little too much for them to try to adapt, I think, into a movie. I've got no qualms with Civil War the movie, but it's just, like I said, it's very different from the books. On the plus side, for Disney Plus stuff that they could throw out into 2025, how about Jessica Jones? I mean, they're bringing back Daredevil. I bet she's going to have somewhere show up in Born Again to some capacity, even if it's just a cameo or a tag scene at the end of someone. But that would not surprise me. Armor Wars, that Disney show they announced way back, it's kind of like dropped off the radar. That could definitely get put in here, especially if we've got Ironheart already being established in Black Panther and her show 2023. So that could blend into that, have Rhodey involved, a war machine with Ironheart, and all sorts of shenanigans going on with that. The Wakanda, I'm pretty sure Ryan Coogler is working on a Wakanda spin-off show. So that could be something they could slot in here too, somewhere on Plus to fill in the gaps. And the other one that I keep waiting for them to announce that would be just a perfect way to bring these two characters back, Heroes for Hire. Luke Cage with Iron Fist. Recast both. No offense, Mike Coulter. Finn Jones, you sucked as fucking Iron Fist. I'm sorry. I did not for 1 second buy you as Danny Rand. Mike Coulter, he was really good as Luke Cage. I had no problem with him, but apparently he's got other stuff he's working on now. Whether he'd still be interested, who knows? But, Heroes for Hire would definitely work as a friggin' Disney show. Like weekly case coming in, like Magnum PI with superpowers. Come on. No brainer. They got to do it eventually. It's the best way to salvage those characters too and maybe Punisher or Midnight Suns. Midnight Suns would work because they got the game coming out too. Midnight Suns is basically, it's a Ghost Rider, Moon Knight, Punisher, and I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm rusty, sorry guys, but that could be an interesting idea too. And that'd be a way to bring back Punisher. I don't know. There's so many ways they could go with this. And it's crazy, too, because you look at this map of all these movies, and then you look at what DC's doing. It's like, And the same with Sony to a degree. I mean, Madam Web, I don't fucking care. Kraven the Hunter, and Kraven's now going to be like some environmentalist. Like, the fuck? Kraven the Hunter was a psychopath who got bored of hunting lions and tigers and decided, let's hunt human beings instead. Like, and I read an article too where they were saying Kevin Feige had talked to Sony and said, don't get ahead of yourselves, cranking out all these movies that are based on Spider-Man properties without Spider-Man being in them. Because a lot of the whole point to some of these characters is Spider-Man. And like the Venom movies kind of got away with it. I really wasn't a fan of Venom 2, to be honest. It was Venom 2, like Morbius, Morbius was pretty bad too, but I think I actually enjoyed Morbius more than Venom 2. I mean, hang me on the cross now, but that's how I see it. But Sony really doesn't have a clue what they're doing. They got really lucky with the crossover with Marvel, and they made some serious cheddar off of the last Spider-Man movie. But I mean, it's amazing what will happen when you give the fans what they want. Like, can you imagine if the episode 7 of Star Wars had been Luke, Leia, and Han together with Chewie, and then bring the kids in at the end? Coulda, woulda, shoulda. But anyhow, that's a shit ton of stuff. There's a lot of speculation. Like I said, there's 8 slots in that year that they haven't filled probably until D23. They'll probably drop a couple more nuggets. But, I mean, this is the fun part of being a fan of this stuff, is speculating as what the fuck they're going to do next. There's so many projects that are on tap that technically, I mean, one of those movies could be Eternals Part 2. Like, we need that? Fuck. Eternals to me was the weakest of the Marvel movies ever. And that's Dark World included. It didn't jive with me. It felt so detached from anything else in the MCU. And I mean, they were making DC jokes and stuff like that through the course of the thing, and just like Icarus gets accused of being Superman. Come on. I don't know. But chime in the comments below. Let me know what you think of the lineup so far that's been announced. Let me know what you think of what might be coming up in those gaps. Are we really going to get the X-Men this soon? Funny side note, comic book site was interviewing Feige, and they were like, hey, what about phase 10? X. Then we bring in, the X-Men. And Feige's like, fuck, you want to wait till phase 10 to see the X-Men? He's like, I don't. So I'm guessing the X-Men. I've also heard they're not going to be called the X-Men. I've heard the project's going to be called the Mutants. We'll see. I mean, that's one of the copyrights that Marvel trademarked recently, along with like the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, and the Born Again. The copyright for Blade was the Blade. Like, no, just call him Blade. Keep it simple. But yeah, so chime in on the comments. Let me know what you think of the blank spots that we've got. What's going to be coming where? Is Tom Holland going to sign another contract to do 5 more Spider-Mans, or are we going to get Miles Morales finally? Maybe both. Heaven forbid. They gave us Toby, Andrew, and Tom in the last movie. You'd think they actually have a clue of what they're doing, but I don't know. Marvel does. Sony, I don't think, does. They're just looking at how much money that movie made them. So anyway, yeah, chime in the comments. Let me know what you think. And we will catch you on the next video. Ciao for now.